Product of two vectors. Product of two vectors. Two types. One is scalar product, or another name is dot product. So denoted by what? A bar dot B bar. And the result is a scalar. Result is a scalar. Another one is vector product, or it can be also called cross product. Denoted by A bar cross B bar. So you read as A bar cross B bar. Result is a vector. Because here result is a scalar, it is called a scalar product. Here result is a vector, it's called a vector product. And because we are using the symbol dot, that's why another name is dot product. Here we are using the symbol is cross, that's why another name is cross product. Now let us discuss scalar product of two vectors. Right, definition. Scalar product of two vectors. If A bar and B bar are any two vectors, if A bar and B bar are any two vectors, then the scalar product is defined as A bar dot B bar equal to modulus of A bar modulus of B bar into cos theta, where theta is the angle between the two vectors A bar and B bar. So if I consider OA bar as A bar and OB bar as B bar, then theta is the angle between A bar and B bar, which lie between 0 to pi. Case 1. If either A bar is 0 vector or B bar is 0 vector, then A bar dot B bar equal to 0 and theta is not defined. Second case, A bar and B bar are like vectors, then A bar dot B bar equal to modulus of A bar into modulus of B bar, because like vectors means angle between them will be 0. If A bar and B bar are unlike vectors, then A bar dot B bar equal to minus modulus of A bar modulus of B bar. So the angle between them will be 180 degrees.
180.
A bar and B bar are parallel vectors. Then A bar dot B bar equal to plus or minus modulus of A bar modulus of B bar. Why? Because parallel vectors mean it can be like vectors or it can be unlike vectors. Fifth, A bar and B bar are perpendicular. Another name is orthogonal vectors. A bar and B bar are perpendicular or orthogonal vectors. Then A bar dot B bar equal to 0 because theta is 90. So cos 90 is 0. If the angle between the vectors is acute, if the angle between the vectors is acute, then A bar dot B bar will be greater than 0. If the angle between the vectors theta is obtuse, then A bar dot B bar will be less than 0. Next, projection. Projection of AB bar projection of AB bar on PQ bar. Projection of the vector AB bar on the vector PQ bar is length of line segment CD, where C and D are the length of line segment CD, where C and D are the foot of perpendiculars drawn from A and B on PQ bar. Projection of A bar on B bar. Let OA bar equal to A bar and OB bar equal to B bar. Draw perpendicular from A on OB. That is, N is the foot of the perpendicular drawn from A on OB. Let theta be the angle between A bar and B bar. So here projection of A bar on B bar is length of ON. cos theta equal to ON upon OA. That is ON upon OA is what? Modulus of A bar. And cos theta, angle between the two vectors, A bar dot B bar upon modulus of A bar modulus of B bar. So because theta is the angle between the vectors, so cos theta equal to A bar dot B bar upon modulus of A bar modulus of B bar. So from this, ON equal to A bar dot B bar upon modulus of B bar. That is projection of A bar on B bar or along B bar is A bar dot B bar upon modulus of B bar, or even you can write as A bar dot B cap, because B cap equal to B bar upon modulus of B bar. Similarly, we can write as projection of B bar on A bar is B bar dot A bar upon modulus of A bar, or B bar dot A cap. Geometrical interpretation of scalar product. Now, previously I have written as cos theta as what? A bar dot B bar upon modulus of A bar modulus of B bar. And from the figure, cos theta equal to what? ON upon modulus of A bar. That is, from this I can write as A bar dot B bar equal to modulus of B bar into ON. Now, so the dot product or scalar product of two vectors is length of one vector, because modulus of B bar is length of a vector. So length of one vector into. Now if I observe ON, ON is the projection of the second vector in the direction of the first vector. That is length of one vector into projection of second vector in the direction of first vector. That is what we have taken. Length of one vector into projection of second vector or another vector in the direction of the first vector. This is a geometrical interpretation of scalar product. So you try to remember. So geometrical interpretation of scalar product, dot product of two vectors is, you can take length of one vector into projection of second vector in the direction of the first vector. Next, components of a vector. Components of a vector. ON bar and NA bar are the components of ON bar, NA bar are the components of vector A bar along B bar and perpendicular to B bar respectively. ON bar and NA bar are the components of a vector A bar along B bar and perpendicular to B bar respectively. now. So here On bar is a vector whose magnitude is On in the direction of a vector B bar. That means On bar I can write as magnitude On into unit vector. That is On bar is a vector whose magnitude is On in the direction of B bar. So that's why On bar equal to On into B cap. But On is what? Projection of A bar on B bar, which is same as A bar dot B cap into B cap. Now remember, don't put any dot here. A bar dot B cap into B cap only, because it is On bar is a vector. Or another formula is A bar dot B bar into B bar upon modulus of B bar whole square. That is vector component of A bar along B bar is A bar dot B bar into B bar upon modulus of B bar whole square. Next, vector component of A bar perpendicular to B bar, that is N A bar. So N A bar can be written as, using the triangle property, that is On bar plus N A bar equal to OA bar. That means N A bar will become now A bar minus On bar. That is A bar minus A bar dot B cap into B cap. So vector component of A bar along B bar as well as perpendicular to B bar. Properties of scalar product. Number 1, dot product is commutative. That is, scalar product is commutative. That is, A bar dot B bar equal to B bar dot A bar. So if theta is the angle between A bar and B bar, then minus theta will be the angle between B bar and A bar. But cos of minus theta will be same as cos theta. So A dot B is same as B dot A. Second, dot product is distributive. Dot product is distributive with respect to addition as well as subtraction. That is, A bar dot B bar plus C bar equal to A bar dot B bar plus A bar dot C bar. A bar dot B bar minus C bar equal to A bar dot B bar minus A bar dot C bar. You can prove this using geometrical interpretation of scalar product. So by considering OA bar as A bar, OB bar as B bar, BC bar as C bar, draw the perpendicular and take M and N are the foot of the perpendicular. OM is the projection of B bar on A bar. MN is the projection of C bar on A bar. So if I consider right hand side A bar dot B bar plus A bar dot C bar, using the geometrical interpretation, I can write as length of one vector into projection of second vector in the direction of the first vector. That is modulus of A bar into OM plus modulus of A bar into projection of second vector C bar in the direction of A bar, which is MN. So modulus of A bar is common. OM plus MN is ON. ON is again the projection of B bar plus C bar. Hence A bar dot B bar plus C bar. Similarly, you can derive the second one. Just change the direction and change the figure. Next, third property. A bar dot B bar equal to 0. If and only if either A bar equal to 0 bar or B bar equal to 0 bar or A bar perpendicular to B bar. Next, fourth property. Square of a vector. So what is the meaning of square of a vector?
A bar into A bar.
That is, if A bar is any vector, then square of a vector will be A bar square, which is defined as dot product of vector with itself. That is, A bar square is A bar dot A bar. Again, that will be same as modulus of A bar whole square. So A bar square is equal to A bar dot A bar, which is same as modulus of A bar whole square. So whenever you want to simplify in vectors under modulus, you write modulus of A bar square as A bar dot A bar. That is dot product of the vector with itself, and then go for the simplification. Modulus of A bar plus B bar whole square. So if I want to derive the formula for this, modulus of A bar plus B bar whole square, now use the previous definition. So it is in the form of modulus of A square. Then I can write this as A bar plus B bar dot A bar plus B bar. Now apply the distributive property. So A bar dot A bar plus B bar plus B bar dot A bar plus B bar. Now this is again same as A bar dot A bar plus A bar dot B bar plus B bar dot A bar plus B bar dot B bar. Now A bar dot A bar modulus of A bar square plus A dot B, B dot A both are same. That is 2 times A bar dot B bar plus modulus of B bar square. So modulus of A bar plus B bar whole square is modulus of A square plus modulus of B square plus 2 into A dot B. Similarly, you can write modulus of A bar minus B bar whole square. In the same manner, you can derive it as modulus of A bar square minus 2 into A bar dot B bar plus modulus of B bar square. So using the previous again, modulus of A bar plus B bar whole square plus modulus of A bar minus B bar whole square. So this equal to 2 into modulus of A bar square plus modulus of B bar square. What is the geometrical interpretation of this result? Geometrical interpretation of this result. A bar plus B bar, A bar minus B bar. What I can say? So if A bar and B bar are the adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then A bar plus B bar and A bar minus B bar will become what? Diagonals. So from this result, you can say as sum of the squares of the diagonals in a parallelogram is twice the sum of the squares of the lengths of the adjacent sides. Sum of the squares of the lengths of diagonals is twice the sum of the squares of the adjacent sides in a parallelogram. Next, modulus of a bar plus b bar whole square minus modulus of a bar minus b bar whole square equal to 4 into a bar dot b bar. If modulus of a bar plus b bar equal to modulus of a bar minus b bar from the above, then a bar dot b bar equal to 0, or you can say a bar is perpendicular to b bar. That if the diagonal lengths are equal in a parallelogram, then that parallelogram must be a rectangle. Then the adjacent sides will be perpendicular. If I cap, comma j cap and k cap are unit vectors in the direction of x, comma y and z axis in 3D, in 3-dimensional, then I dot I equal to j dot j equal to k dot k equal to 1, and I dot j equal to j dot k equal to k dot I equal to 0, because angle between I and j, j and k and I is 90 degrees, so it will be 0. Whereas here I dot I, j dot j, k dot k, angle between them is 0, so it will be 1.
Sir, can you explain from 7th property? I was disconnected.
Previously I have written modulus of a bar plus b bar whole square, modulus of a bar minus b bar whole square, you have derived. So that if I add, then I will get as 2 into modulus of a square plus modulus of b square. Now geometrical interpretation of this result is, if you remember that if I take a bar and b bar are the adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonals will be a bar plus b bar and a bar minus b bar. So from this I can conclude it as sum of the squares of the lengths of diagonals in a parallelogram is twice the sum of the squares of the adjacent sides. So from the same formula, instead of adding, if I subtract, then I'll get 4 into a bar dot b bar. Next, if I take modulus of a bar plus b bar equal to modulus of a bar minus b bar, so from the above I can conclude that a bar dot b bar equal 0, or a bar perpendicular to b bar. That is, diagonals are equal in a parallelogram, then that parallelogram must be a rectangle. Hence you can conclude that a bar perpendicular to b bar. Let us take I cap, j cap and k cap are the unit vectors in the direction of x, comma y and z axis in 3-dimensional space. Then I dot I, j dot j, k dot k equal to 1. I dot j, j dot k, k dot I will be 0, because I, j, k are along x axis, y axis and z axis. So they are mutually perpendicular vectors, unit vectors. Now, let a bar equal to a1i plus a2j plus a3k and b bar equal to b1i plus b2j plus b3k. That is vectors in terms of components in 3-dimensional. Then a bar dot b bar equal to a1i plus a2j plus a3k dot b1i plus b2j plus b3k. Apply the previous properties and expand by distributive property. Then I'll get as what? a1i dot b1i. I dot I is 1. So I'll get a1 b1 plus a1i dot b2j. I dot j will be 0. That means that term will not be there. Next term also will not be there. a1i with b3. Next a2j dot b1i also will be 0. Next a2j dot b2j. That is a2 b2. In the same manner a3
A3,
b3. That is just take the product of the corresponding I, j and k, sum of the products. That is a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. And if theta is the angle between the vectors a bar and b bar, then I can write as cos theta equal to a bar dot b bar upon modulus of a bar modulus of b bar, which is same as a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3 upon modulus of a bar, that is root of a1 square plus a2 square plus a3 square, root of b1 square plus b2 square plus b3 square. A bar plus b bar dot a bar minus b bar. Now again expand by distributive property. A bar dot a bar minus a bar dot b bar plus b bar dot a bar minus b bar dot b bar. Because a bar and b bar, a dot b, b dot a both are same. So this will be same as modulus of a bar square minus modulus of b bar square. If a bar is any vector, a bar is any vector, then a bar dot I into I plus a bar dot j into j plus a bar dot k into k, where I, j, k are the unit vectors, equal to a bar. So try to prove this by taking general vector instead of verification method. Take a bar as a1i plus a2j plus a3k and calculate the left hand side and try to prove the right hand side. Next property. If theta is the angle between unit vectors a bar and b bar, then modulus of a bar plus modulus of b bar modulus of a bar minus b bar in terms of theta. Because a bar and b bar are unit vectors, so modulus of a bar modulus of b bar is 1. So modulus of a bar plus b bar, you have formula whole square equal to modulus of a square 1 plus modulus of b square 1 plus 2 into a bar dot b bar, that is 2 into mod a mod b into cos theta. That means 2 is common, 1 plus cos theta, that is 2 into 2 cos square theta by 2. That means modulus of a bar plus b bar equal to 2 cos theta by 2. And similarly, you can derive for modulus of a bar minus b bar as what? 2 sine theta by 2. Next, application of scalar product. Application of scalar product, which you have done already in physics. So application of scalar product is work done. So if a constant force is applied on a particle which displaces it from A to B, then the work done equal to force vector dot displacement. F bar dot AB bar. Modulus of A bar plus B bar plus C bar whole square. Now, so if I want to calculate modulus of A bar plus B bar plus C bar whole square, so using the definition of square of a vector, so I can write this as A bar plus B bar plus C bar dot A bar plus B bar plus C bar. Now, expand by distributive property. So you will get this as modulus of A square plus modulus of B square plus modulus of C square plus 2 into A bar dot B bar plus B bar dot C bar plus C bar dot A bar. If A bar, B bar, C bar are unit vectors and A bar plus B bar plus C bar is 0 bar, then can we conclude anything from the previous? A bar plus, not A bar,
minus 3 by 2.
A bar dot B bar plus B bar dot C bar plus C bar dot A bar equal to minus 3 by